Hey friends, welcome back to Growing Roots with Angela. If you're new here, hey, I'm Angela, and today what we're going to do is we're going to head out to, ooh, if you can even see it, the raised garden bed, the vegetable garden, and it's like almost the beginning of, it's almost the end, I don't know what it is, it's the end of May, almost Memorial Day weekend, and so I'm on my lunch break. It is the hottest day of the week, it's super humid, and we've had rain for like 3 weeks straight, so I haven't been out to the garden. Here's Penny, say hey to Penny. I haven't been out to the garden in a really long time. Dan's been keeping it up for me. So this is gonna be a fun experience for both of us, and hopefully I can give you some little tips and tricks, but I have lots of things to share with you in the future, but today is just gonna be like, number one, first thing you need to see since it's already almost the beginning of June and I haven't showed you the garden at all. So here we go. All right, so for starters, these are all of our potatoes, and they are like packed in there tight. We had a problem with squirrels and cats using this as a litter box and eating everything. So we put up some chicken wire fence, and it seems to have done the trick, so it's probably going to come down very soon. But we have some flowering here on our potatoes. I actually have rows of 4 plants each. There's 4 rows of 4 plants. They're just packed in there. And then over here we have all of our onions. I'm also doing crowded gardening here. We have some blooms that are about to come up. So I don't know if we can even see down in here. It's a mess, but they're all coming along really well. And then this little section here, I put all of our radishes. And look, this one's even blooming. So the radishes, again, I use crowded gardening technique. I don't know if you guys can even see in here. The technique idea is that you just spray the seeds everywhere. And then you, like the next, I don't know, every other week, you come in and add some more seeds. And eventually, as you're pulling out mature plants, the new seeds will have more room to grow. And look, there's an extra one over there. So eventually over time you have constant new growth happening in the same area, and they don't actually end up taking up too much space, if that makes sense. I'll do a video on it with a better explanation for you. But here we have my attempt at, look, you can see I need so much weeding to do. A couple different lettuce leaves, not heads, just like the leaf lettuce. And it's a beautiful mixed varieties. Look at this leaf over here. Isn't that stunning? I think we're having salad tonight, or maybe fish tacos. We like to do that. And then my spinach, I tried a new spinach this year. These ones here, and they're not doing great. I threw in an old spinach leaf seed that I had, and only one took. So my spinach, spinach doesn't like the heat, so we might not have any spinach this year, but the lettuces are doing fine. And then here in this section, all of my carrots. This is my first year. I probably will grow some more this fall for you all, and I'll teach you like a super awesome technique. But again, we're using the crowded gardening method. There are so many in here. I could come in and thin them out, but really we'll just start pulling out some baby carrots to eat, and then that will give more space for other carrots to grow larger. And look, I'm not sure what this is. It's probably a zucchini or a squash, but it's in here. And so I was kind of waiting to see what it would do, and then I might transplant it somewhere else because it's kind of in the middle of my carrots. But over here we have some bean bushes. Again, all of the squirrels ate my plants, so I had to reseed just a couple weeks ago. They're really close together. You can see they're only like 4 inches apart, but that's okay because they're just bush beans. And then here, let me show you guys this actually. Those are sweet peas, right? Trailing. Anyway, so you can see this is our little trellis, our arbor. It's made out of a cattle panel. Super easy, but it's going to be really effective because all of my plants can grow up. So this is called vertical gardening, and we'll talk about that in another video, but I'm really excited to add this technique to our garden this year. But yeah, so we have all of our sugar snap peas, the sweet peas here. Look, they are just the most precious little flowers too. Isn't that adorable? Just love them. But yeah, I'm gonna actually, after this video, I'm gonna harvest all of these and eat them for lunch. And then we have our little beginnings of a strawberry patch. So these are for the boys, and they've already eaten dozens of them. But they are just like the most beautiful. Oops. Sorry, this is like old school filming with my phone out here, guys. But I thought it was like a quiet lunch day and I could show you everything. But yeah, so these are plants that I overwintered in a pot, and they're all still alive. But you can see I have not attended to this garden at all, so we'll talk about that more later. But over here I have Dan. He started a compost for me, so weeds go in there. But this is the second garden. It's a work in progress. We have a couple just regular pepper plants, and then a peppercini and a jalapeno. Maybe this is the jalapeno, peppercini, and then just some, I don't know, I think just green peppers for me. But you can see they're starting to come in. Yes, little flowers. And soon to be, one of them already had some little mini peppers starting. You can see that. There you go. So over here on this side, I'm gonna put in, I have squash, cucumber, I had a pumpkin. Look, you can see there's my little baby pumpkin sign, but it already got eaten. Everything in here, the squirrels were devouring everything. I went through like 3 rounds of tomatoes. So these are all of our tomatoes in the back here. I planted extras thinking that they weren't gonna make it. They got eaten down to the ground, and then these ones have regrown. And over here you can see there are 4 cages. There's 4 plants there, and then there's 4 more plants next to them, because I just thought I'd been through so many tomato plants from seedling that all got eaten, and I was just really unhappy with that. So anyways, the idea with this is that up top here we will put in another 2x4 with some holes, and then we'll drill a string, drill a hole to run a string through so that the tomatoes can climb up. I'll clip them. But yeah, so that will work, hopefully. More vertical gardening. These are some Brussels sprouts. Took me a second there. And then we have 4 cabbages. Aren't they beautiful? I have to clean this one out. Looks like one of my birds got in there and made a little mess. But I think we have just the very beginnings of my cabbage head starting there. So I'm really excited about those. Next year, I don't think I'll take up space in here, but I really just wanted to shove everything in this year. Next year, but all of these will probably go out in the field. There's Perdita, and that's our little corn patch coming in. But then we have some cauliflower, 3 cauliflowers. They haven't started anything, but my broccoli is looking hot. Look at this. The boys are so upset with me because they're like, oh, we hate broccoli, but they actually love it. So they're just crazy. But yeah, doesn't that look beautiful? Yay. So I think that's it. I know this was a long one, but also quick if you're excited to see all of this. I really wanted Dan to put in these raised garden beds for so many reasons. I was not anticipating the pet issue. So we had to, what is that called? Improvise. But so far everything's growing really well. Like I said, it's the beginning of June, so I'm happy with where we're at. I do feel a little bad about my vining plants because I wish they were in the ground already. But my plan is, let me show you over here. My plan is to have 2 more of these U-shaped beds right here, okay? Or to put my greenhouse eventually right here, and then have 2 more beds over there. So they're kind of like hugging it, if that makes sense. There's Perdita. She's my old girl. She's 12. Hey, girl. She's like my steady companion out here, even though it's so hot. I'm sure you guys saw how sweaty I was. I hope this was fun, just so you got to see the start of the garden. It's not really the start, it's kind of like the middle. But we'll do some good care tips in a little bit because there's a lot of maintenance that I need to do in the garden and you guys can watch me do it. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this and we will see you in the next one. Bye.